Okay, I really, really have to stop reading or listening to the radio, the CBC, early in the morning because it really, really gets me going. And this morning there was an interview with Police Chief Gaudet and Jeanne Armstrong, Fredericton host, where she's from Ontario. Well, that's the way it is. They couldn't get somebody from New Brunswick, I guess, when Terry Sagan left. But anyway, they were talking about the guy that was caught, guy had judo, and he caught a meth head. So Gaudet started mentioning meth heads, Crystal Meth, and she cut him off. She cut him off. We'll talk. No, I don't want to talk about that. We'll talk about that later. And guess what? When it came at the end, it was, oh yeah, with drug addiction. Never want to touch the issue of crystal meth. The question is why? Why? And I think it's simple. Because she's from Ontario. And Ontario is sort of like, this is, what's the big deal? It's common. You see tents, you see drugs on the street, you see homeless, you see it. It's normal. What's the big deal, Fredericton? You're behind the times. I'm going to tell you exactly what the difference is. Fredericton is not Ontario. It's a small, I always said Fredericton's a big town. It's not like Milton. It's not like, say, I don't know if she been there, but it's more spread out. Fredericton is small. You have the City Motel, you have King and Queen Street. That's all there is. The uptown in here, and the meth heads are all around there, assaulting people, and crime and everything. So to have a police chief interviewing a police chief, and the issue is crystal meth, and you have a host that cuts him off and don't want to talk about it. And the CBC, they're pushing and pushing. They call homelessness, hundreds of homeless citizens around the province. They're making it sound like the economy is so bad. Has nothing to do with the economy. And they say we want them to put them in special care homes. That's crazy. That's insane. And to really not say, well, you know what, we're going to have a senior and we're going to have a meth head side by side, that's going to be good. They're going to embrace each other. Like I seen, as a matter of fact, yesterday, I was at Tim Horton. I seen this woman, old woman, a grandma, and I noticed this young girl beside her. She had a scarf over her head, and she was like huddled to her. And I looked, and I said, from behind, I said, that's a meth head. And sure enough, and I see the grandfather sitting down. He didn't look too impressed. But she was right close, and the grandma was just, being nice. And let's say, like she bought her a meal. They all sat down, big smile and everything. And I'm sure at the end it came, oh, can you lend me $20? Can you give me $40 for my fix? I'm sure. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it was. Okay, this is Thursday. Today's Friday, but that was yesterday. You want to come to church with us? No problem. Let's go to church and pray so you get better. Nah, that's not going to happen. So I'm very disappointed with the CBC. Really, really, really disappointed. They always mention, go to Google and write the new meth. The new meth. And you'll see a story of a reporter from, he covered a story in Mexico, I'm coming, from Mexico and the southern part of the United States. And he's saying advocates and everyone alike, they never mention crystal meth. They say drug addiction, other names I forgot, but never crystal meth. So before it's too late. And that's exactly what's happening here in Fredericton. CBC, am I going to swear? No, I'm not. Come on, you could do better.